You said that you've been making stuff on social media for a while for the company. Has it always had the same approach, the same flair that you have now?
The same flair. No, I mean, everything's kind of slowly changed through the years, but I mean, I still don't talk a lot on camera. I still don't really.
No, you don't.
I don't really put my face and talk. So that's
I kind of like it that way, though.
Yeah,
it keeps the mystery alive.
Okay, I've always thought that like that would be like the progression was like. So I mean, I started with just pictures of my spoons, and then I would put my hand in it, and then I would make videos where it was just my spoon in my hands, and then it was like I would walk past the camera. You know, it was just like such a slow. I'm such a wimp, dude. I was like, I just didn't. I think with a lot of guys in the woodworking space, because I had talked to so many people reach out, you know, and that's been really, really cool. But it's this weird, like, oh, it's this like stigma about social media, and I don't need to do this. I don't want to put my effort in this. It's silly, but it's like, I know there's people that don't need to put their effort in it, and they can live have a great career in woodworking, I'm sure. But this has changed my life. You know, it's like, so I will put my effort into social media almost as much as I put my effort into these spoons, because I wouldn't be doing these spoons if it wasn't for Instagram.
So the social media has dramatically changed your profits.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I owe everything to that. Yeah. I mean, we get a little bit of organic traffic from our site, but I mean, it's all coming from Instagram and TikTok.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. What's the most incredible about it is your content isn't really related to spoons.
Yeah.
You know, like you're showcasing the spoons for sure in all your videos, but it's usually just has some stupid comment on it that's completely unrelated to making spoons. You're not in here coaching people how to make better wooden spoons. You're not really talking about the ins and outs of your process. You're not talking about like what your average day like is here. This is all the kind of social media advice you would give to a small business owner. You're making stuff that it's completely not promoting your products at all, but it's still getting people in the door.
Yeah.
It's really remarkable.
Thanks, man. I chose not to do like the tutorial route and that route because I'm not an expert. I'm not like a woodworker guy. Like I'm just I'm good. I can shape stuff, you know, but like I don't need to be telling people how to do stuff. I'm not that good at it. So, dude, I spend so much time down here, man. Yeah. I'm just like listening to podcasts, listening to music, and then something will pop into my head. And I'm like, that's
okay. I was wondering what your process was for coming up for thoughts like this. The paternal instinct to get a Winnebago and plan a family road trip to the Grand Canyon is strong. Again, completely unrelated to spoons. Here's another one. My two biggest fears in life are my kids' safety and somehow getting signed up for a men's softball league.
That's true, though. I would hate that.
So these random thoughts just pass into your head and you're just like, I'll put that in my next video.
Yeah. I mean, dude, sometimes, some of it's like, some of it's from Tanya. She's hilarious.
She is hilarious.
She's
and
so
you guys
funny.
You guys roast each other on the comments on each other's posts.
It's her.
And she now has her own account, CS Spoon Wife. I love it. You guys are my favorites.
Oh, thanks, man. It's so funny. Yeah, she's always been good. Like I remember like back when we were dating, she would do that too. And like way back in the day, like before we were married, before we were living together, she would just like shoot a comment out and I'd be like, dang, that's good. That's top tier stuff. So some of it comes from her. Some of it comes from like my kids will say something. I'd be like, dude, that's nuts. How did you think of that? You know, kids say some wild stuff. But I got like a notes thing in my phone and I just have like a constant scroll of that, and then I have like all my videos and edits, and that's like another kind of like triage kind of process there, and then I bring them into Instagram and there's another triage process there, and then I just the ones that are, dude, I make so many of these, but like 5% of them hit my Instagram, I think.
Oh yeah, really?
Just because I mean some of them are so stupid. I'm like, this, I cannot put this out.
Wow, I'm excited to see what's on the chopping block.
Yeah, I should let him loose one day.
You should let him loose. Just go on a tirade one day.
Yeah,
give us all your hottest takes about things that are completely unrelated to spoons.
It'd be cool to make like a coffee table book with the text on them.
Yeah,
it'd be kind of cool with the spoons and the.
So when did the social media really start taking off? As I said at the beginning of this conversation, February when I discovered you, 10, 12,000 followers, and then now here we are in June, July, 27,000.
I mean, honestly, it was really around that time. We were kind of doing pretty good, maybe from the beginning of the holiday season, 2025, I was really kind of leaning into it, really trying to be intentional about it. But like, I don't really know, nothing really clicked. I think, you kind of always are. I mean, you do social media a lot too. It's like, you do something, it works. So you kind of keep doing that a little bit.
Right.
And then, oh, it's not working that well. Well, what did work from that video? Maybe it wasn't that, maybe it was this. And you kind of pulling pieces and doing like little tiny adjustments, video after video. And it was a slow roll to that. And then it did get to a point, right around that time. And then I don't know if it was a couple of videos. I think I've never had videos hit like 1 million. I know a lot of people have. And it's like, I've only, I think our biggest video is maybe at like 700,000 or something like that. And we've had a couple of those. And I think that's really kind of what kept the ball rolling and built this big wave. And that was when we didn't do restocks. We would just we just had the door open.
Oh, okay.
So because we would get like, this is when I was working full time. So I didn't care as much, I was still motivated to get this thing going, but I was like, I'm working, whatever. So we just had orders come in as they would come in. It would be like maybe one order one day, and then maybe another order 2 days later, and then another order the next day, and it trickles. And then it was like one order one day, another order the next day, and then it was consistent. And then it was like 2 orders, 1 order, 2 orders. And then it was like multiple orders in a day. And then that kept going. And then it was like 5, 10, 15 in a day, 20 in a day, 25 in a day. And then I was getting to the point where like, I was working, like I said, so I was like, we had up to over 250 open orders at one time. And, I have, that money comes in and I'm holding all this money, but it's not mine. I haven't sent out my product yet,
right.
So it's like, I'm getting like freaking having not legit panic attacks, but I was very stressed out. I was using like vacation time at work to make spoons here in the basement just to get them out the door. And then that's when I was like, okay, this is probably when it should be taken. This is when I probably should, quit and see if I can do this.
This is just earlier this year.
That was in March. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've always felt like this whole weight's just going to come falling down. Like this wave is just going to stop. I've always said this, like, all right, like this wave is going to stop. This wave is going to stop. But thank God so far it hasn't.
Why do you think that?
I mean, just like imposter syndrome of anything, it's just, I need to prove it to myself that I can do this long term. I just need the data. I need it to prove it to myself, that I can sustain this. So far it's been good. It's been good. We shut down at that time though. So like we hit that point. I don't even think I pulled out of work yet. And we shut the website down for like maybe like a month and a half or something like that. And we're like no sales. And I was like, I just have to get all these spoons out the door. And I was waking up early. I was coming down here. I was doing late nights down here and I was just making spoons and getting them out the door, stacks of boxes everywhere and just hitting the post office every day. Yeah. And then got all these spoons out. And then Tanya and I were like, okay, how can we do this in a way that, it's like this business was supposed to be a means to a better lifestyle. And it's like, that's not it. Being a slave to your business that's not a good lifestyle. I might as well be doing whatever, So we had to figure out a way that like we could keep the ball rolling, keep the money coming in a semi-consistent basis, And so we found that these restocks have been pretty decent. So they're consistent. They're every Sunday, 8 p.m. They go live. The inventory will be brought up at that time and whatever's there is there. And when they sell out, they're sold. And then I make them through the week and I do it again on that next Sunday.
When you first saw these orders really exponentially growing by the day, what did that feel like to see those numbers and to see those numbers hitting the bank accounts? Was there any sort of like validation there?
Totally. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of validation. It was exciting. Everything was kind of snowballing. Like there was a lot of companies reaching out and stores reaching out and
local, nationally,
everything. Yeah, there was and nothing big, very kind of niche stuff, but like Seager clothing. They make like it's a surf brand, but they have like a Western kind of aesthetic and stuff. But they reached out and a photographer, like a creative director from them, came down and took pictures here. And I got a bunch of Seager clothes and stuff. It's like a surf kind of thing. So people like that were reaching out, which was really cool. And that was really surprising because a lot of photographers, videographers, because what I found is like they kind of need content to shoot, and they're looking for like some sort of like authentic, cool place to shoot, and it was validating for sure.